Welcome to Tech Brothers. In this video, we're going to learn how to upgrade Windows 7 to Windows 10. In order to upgrade Windows 7 to Windows 10, we have to follow these steps. And these steps are, number one, how to download Windows 10 Media Creation Tool. We'll go on Microsoft website and we'll download this tool. There are a couple things this tool does for you. Number one, it downloads all the binaries of Windows 10 that you need to install Windows 10. And number two, it creates the media that is bootable. So if you wanted to take this bootable drive, USB or DVD or ISO file from one location to another location, or wanted to upgrade another PC with Windows 10, you can do that. Number two, up here, how to identify which version of Windows 10 you need. This is specifically to this particular demo, that in Windows 7 we will see that what system type do we have, and there are a couple system types. One is 32-bit system type and other is 64-bit system type, and I'll show you real quick that how you can take a look on your existing system type of your existing operating system. Number three, how to select media. We get a couple options. We can when we create the media, it'll give us option whether we wanted to use USB or we wanted to keep ISO file. Just wanted to let you know that for this demo I downloaded the ISO file, but I'm going to show you that how to do it in USB as well. Number four, system requirements to install Windows 10. When we open the page where we will download the media creation tool, that would show us the system requirements. It has software requirements and it has hardware requirements. Keep in mind that one requirement, if you are using USB to create the media, Windows 10 media, you need to have at least 4 gig space free in your USB. It'll tell you right there when you start doing it, will tell you that it's 3, but the recommendation is that you should have 4 gig free. And also the best thing to do is to have empty USB that will be just used for Windows 10 media. Number 5, we will go through step-by-step installation demo. Up here, this is very important note that this particular demo, we're going to upgrade an existing system. That means you might have files, important documents in your existing system. So it's best that you go ahead and back up all the important files, because if something goes wrong, you might lose your important files. So let's go ahead and I have server right here. This is my virtual environment, and it is TBS Windows 07. This is the server that has Windows 7, and we're going to upgrade this Windows 7 to Windows 10. So let's go ahead and first let me show you the option that how you can look the system types of your operating system. You click on Start, go to Computer, right click on Computer, go to Properties, and you will see first thing up here is what system do you have. I have Windows 7 Professional, and right here is system types. My system operating system type is 64-bit, so when I download the media, I will be basically selecting 64-bit operating system to download for Windows 10. One more thing that I wanted to mention here is this is Windows 7 Professional. If you have Enterprise Windows 7, this media creation will not work. What Microsoft think is if you have Enterprise, you are doing the business. So if you're doing the business, this media creation will not work. You need to open the business portal of Microsoft and download Windows 10 with the license from there. So I wanted to mention that as well. So let's go ahead and open Internet Explorer, Google Chrome in my case. So I'm going to go on Google and type update Windows 10. Windows 10 update. This might bring the page that I'm basically looking for. let's add media creation tool. Right here is the page, media creation tool to download Windows 10. Let's click on that. And if you scroll down on this page, you will see the system requirements. You can click on system requirements and find out what are the software and hardware requirements of installing or upgrading your Windows 7 to Windows 10. Right here, what I was talking about, the USB or DVD, you must have at least 4 gig space available. So if you have USB, make sure that you have 4 gig space available. Other thing that I mentioned, Enterprise Edition, right here, that if you try to basically download this tool, it will be downloaded, and you try to open that, you will get an error that something went wrong, and the error number would be there. So that means that you cannot use this media creation tool for Enterprise editions. It will work for pros, it will work for home editions and pro in, but it will not work for Enterprise edition. So the next up here we have system types, 32-bit version and 64-bit version. So whatever the version of your Windows 7 is, in my case is 64-bit, and I showed you that how to check that. You need to click on that in order to download. So once you click on this, the download will start, as you can see right here. Let me maximize this. Alright, click on media creation tool, click yes. The speed of the download and this software will depend on the physical resources of your computer. Alright, we get two options. One is upgrade this PC now, and other is create installation media for another PC. You can basically choose the first option if you're installing, if you're upgrading this system, that where you opened your Google Chrome or your Internet Explorer and downloaded this tool. But my recommendation is that go ahead and create installation media. That way, if you need to upgrade your any other PC, you can do that. You don't have to go through all this. So click on create installation media for another PC. Click next. Here you will choose the language. In my case, I have a language English United States. Edition right here, I have option, as I said, that 10 home. As you notice right here, that you don't get an option of enterprise. So I will go ahead and do Windows 10 Pro. Keep in mind that if you're one thing I wanted to mention again up here, that if your Windows, let me go back right here, right click and go back, Windows 7 Professional. So I have Windows 7 Pro, and if you try to download Windows Home Edition and try to update that, it is going to ask you the key, and it is not going to let you keep your files that you wanted to keep, because it thinks that it's totally different system. It's not matching what you wanted to upgrade. So best practice is that if you have Windows 7 Professional, you should select Windows 10 Professional. If you have Home Edition, Windows 7 Home Edition, you can select the Home Edition. I just thought that I quickly mentioned that. So I'm gonna select Windows 10 Professional. Up here, the architecture, this is the system type. Right now it's 32-bit. If you have 32-bit, you select that. You have option to select both right here. What it'll do is it'll create for 32 and 64 both, but the file will be a little bigger, but it'll work on your system. So I'm gonna go ahead and select 64-bit, click next, and we have an option, two options right here, USB flash drive and ISO file. Keep in mind that in this demo, what I did was I clicked on ISO file because I like ISO files, work with ISO files better than medias. But in Windows 7, you don't have an option, just like in Windows 8 or 8.1. You right click on ISO file and you mount, and it becomes a DVD or media for you. But in Windows 7, what I did was I downloaded a little software called Virtual Clone Drive. You can search on internet and install that. That will let you mount your ISO in Windows 7. You can also search by how to mount ISO file from for Windows 7, and you can click any of those links and they will guide you to download a appropriate file to mount that if you wanted to use ISO file. But if you wanted to use USB flash drive, you can select that, and again, I'm not going to complete this because I already have the ISO file. We will use that for our demo, but let's go ahead and click on USB flash drive. As you can see, it says it needs to be at least 3 gig. Click next. As you can see right now, I don't have any flash drive, but if you would have flash drive, it would show up right here. If you have multiple flash drives, it'll give you option to choose one. Now all you need to do is choose your flash drive and click next, and it'll start downloading your Windows 10 binary files. Once it's done with Windows binary files, it's gonna create the media for you so that you can boot if you need to. So let's go ahead and close this. I'm going to close this too, and let me show you. This is what I was talking about, virtual clone drive, what I downloaded, and my ISO file is sitting right here in C drive, Windows 10. And usually if you don't have this software, you don't get an option. You will get an option to go ahead and burn your DVD, but with this you can go ahead and mount to any drive letter. Once you mount that, or even if you do it in your USB drive, what you will get is right here these files. If you open your USB, you should have these files. So this is what we're going to use in our setup to upgrade our Windows 7 Professional to Windows 10 Professional. So let's go ahead and right click on setup. One more thing before we start the setup. The installation for Professional, Home Edition, and other editions of Windows 10, they are almost the same, no difference, and you don't get any error. However, again, as I mentioned, that if you try to download a different edition, what you have in Windows 7, it'll not let you keep your previous files. It'll start the brand new installation. So let's go ahead and click on setup and run as administrator. Click yes. You get two options, download and install updates recommended. This is recommended, and I would recommend you to do that because sometimes there are updates it needs for a smooth installation. So it doesn't take long to download and update. If you don't do it, you can click on not right now, but you may run into a little issues during your installation. So my recommendation is go ahead and click download and install updates. One example I can give you that before it installs Windows 10, it upgrades your Internet Explorer to Internet Explorer 11. If you have a version that is 10 or lower than that, this will help you to not throw an error, to avoid any error during your installation. So that's why I'm saying that it's recommended, and I will recommend you that too. So click next. Accept the license. If you have already updated your system, you don't have to go through all this, but make sure that you have done all the updates, you have downloaded and installed all the updates on your Windows 7. If you have done that already, then you don't need to go through this step. You can click on not right now and proceed with the installation. But I wanted to make sure that everything is installed on my Windows 7 before I go ahead and upgrade it to Windows 10. In order to see, you will get this install Windows 10 Professional, keep personal files and apps. In order to see more options, you can click on change what to keep. You will get these three options: keep personal files and apps. This is what I was talking about, that if you're installing different edition than what you have right now, then it will not let you select keep personal files and apps. But these are the options that you have. Since we're upgrading, we're going to keep this option. We don't want it to we don't want to lose our files and apps, so we're going to keep them. So click on keep personal files, click next. In order to install Windows 10, you need at least 11 gig on your drive where you're installing Windows 10, just so that you know. And now we have an option, go ahead and install. Right here it says your PC will restart several times. This might take a while. So again, the speed of installation is going to depend on your personal computer or laptop's physical resources, such as CPU, RAM, and how fast your hard drive is. Usually if you have USB, USB is serial pretty much, so it takes longer to install if you're installing it directly from USB. Downloaded all the binaries and installed the binaries. Now it's starting to upgrade our Windows 7 to Windows 10. And as it says, sit back and relax. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again. Once it's completed, I'll be back. Alright, as you can see that we're back and upgrade is almost completed. Let's go ahead and sign in. Click next. And these are the settings that you have two choices. One is use express settings, and it'll quickly do the express settings. These settings can be changed later on anytime that you want to, or you can click on custom settings and it'll take you through each setting, and you have to do it now. So let's go ahead and click on use express settings, because I'm planning to put video about all these settings, how to do it, and how to enable, disable, and how to use. So let's go ahead and use express settings. Alright, these are some apps. As you can see, photos, music, movies, and TVs, Microsoft Edge. These are the apps that are built in Windows 10. So let's go ahead and click next. And click on login, provides your password. Keep in mind my server was connected with domain already, so that's why I do have a domain up there, but you may not have domain. You can use the user that you usually use to log into Windows 7. But now it's not Windows 7, it's Windows 10. Alright, as you can see that my Windows 7 has been migrated to Windows 10. So let's check a few things. If you notice right here, my desktop, it had these icons right here, Google Chrome and virtual clone drive, so seems like everything is intact. So let's go up here on the folders and look at my documents. My documents was empty, by the way. So let's go on computer, see, and everything else is okay as well. So excuse me. Just giving you look and feel. I'll cover almost everything in my coming videos, as I said, and we will go through different aspects and different features of Windows 10, and we will cover everything. Alright, up here, that's what I wanted to show you. Edition Windows 10 Pro, and this is all the system information right here. So we have successfully upgraded our Windows 7 to Windows 10, and we have taken these steps, and we have also looked at system requirements for Windows 10, and we went through the step-by-step installation, and I hope this demo helps.